At least 49 people shot and killed during midday prayers. The mayor of Christchurch, New Zealand says graves are being dug now for the dozens of worshipers shot dead in 2 mosques. City officials now working closely with the community on the specific requirements of a large number of Muslim funerals. Authorities say most, if not all, were killed by an immigrant-hating white supremacist who legally acquired the 5 guns used in the shootings. He is now charged with murder, and he reportedly wrote a manifesto calling Muslims invaders, objecting to mass immigration and supporting President Trump as a, quote, symbol of renewed white identity. Leaders have now called for people to come together, and law enforcement is on alert around the world.
I would never believe that this would ever happen in New Zealand, and we need to pull together and get through this situation.
At this point, we are not seeing threats here at the homeland. Obviously, we'll continue to monitor the situation.
President Trump has offered his condolences to the victims in New Zealand. The president also spoke with New Zealand's Prime Minister to tell her the U.S. stands with her country. Security is tightened at mosques here in Atlanta in response to the attack in New Zealand. Good evening. I'm Russ Spencer.
And I'm Marissa Mitchell in for Sine Simpson. Tonight, Muslim leaders here in Atlanta have called for peace after this tragedy. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor is live in Southwest Atlanta with more on that message. Angelique.
Marissa, the Muslim community here in Atlanta says this hatred and bigotry against their religion is just unacceptable. They say they are not scared or afraid, but more determined to continue to practice their faith.
We want to send our heartfelt condolences to the families who were lost, who were slain, innocent worshipers.
Muslim leaders in Atlanta call for healing and tolerance after the 2 deadly attacks at mosques in New Zealand. The Council on American Islamic Relations says religious leaders from all over the world should stand up and be heard.
The message to us in the United States of America, especially for ministers, for rabbis, for imam, and people of faith. How do we learn from this kind of a tragedy to look inside the United States and start preaching forgiveness, tolerance, healing, accepting the others?
Allah is going to guide us to where He wants us to go.
Atlanta and Gwinnett County Police increased security at mosque in the metro area during Friday's prayer services. The deadly New Zealand terrorist attack was at the top of minds. Leaders say elected officials created a volatile climate.
We want to call the minds and the hearts of our elected officials from the highest in the land to stop the hate-filled speech and the rhetoric against Muslims, people of faith, and good people all around. Yes, we place blame on you, and we call you back to your best self.
As they prayed and sent condolences to the families of those killed, these leaders believe the world should reject this type of hate and make it clear that all of humanity should be respected.
When we see hate kill, it raises the hair on our backs. It makes sure that we remember that racism, that xenophobia, that hatred and bigotry towards Muslims, these things are unacceptable in our world.
Now, as you know, Muslims pray 5 times a day as part of their faith. On Fridays, they congregate at mosques like this one, where they can spend time with each other. They still have 2 prayer services left tonight, and they are expecting a crowd. We are reporting live in Southwest Atlanta. Angelique Proctor, Fox 5 News.
Certainly a tragedy. Thanks, Angelique. Now, we are following the latest developments on the deadly mass shootings at New Zealand mosques. You can look for instant updates on fox5atlanta.com and tonight on Fox 5 News at 10 and News Edge at 11.